Hey everybody, it's Chris Load here, and in this screencast I'm going to share with you how to use the iPad app called Apple Classroom. So the icon for that is here, and you only need to have the app on the teacher iPad. This is the teacher iPad, and over here is the student iPad. I'm going to fire up the app, and when you fire up the app, when you do it for the first time, you'll be asked to put in your teacher name, and assuming that you are always going to have this iPad with you, go ahead and put your name in there. If it's a shared iPad that maybe other teachers are using, you'll have to sort out maybe whose name is going to go in there. Anyways, what this app allows you to do is to check out what students are doing on their iPad. It also allows the teacher to share their screen with the other students, or also helps teachers helps the students get to perhaps a website. You're also allowed to lock and even mute the student iPad. So let's first of all create a class. So the first thing you have to do is create a class, and I'm going to go with test class number 38 and hit done. Oh, I want to change the color. Let's go with a nice, let's go with a green today. So there's my test class that I have made, and when I open that, I tap on that, I open it up, there's my class, and here are all the different functions that this app affords me. And the first thing I want to do is I want to add some students. Now, to add students, students will have to open up their iPad, and they will need to be running a more recent version. I believe it's 10. iOS 10 allows for this connection to be made. If they're an iPad 2 running 9.3, unfortunately, you won't be able to do this. So it is with a newer iPad. So there's nothing underneath Bluetooth, but when I tap on Add Students, what will happen is that the student iPad recognizes that a teacher is looking to invite students to their class. So the student would tap on Classroom and add test class number 38. And I'd already put the student in there, but we can put, maybe it's student Chris. We'll put that name in there. So add to test class. And then you can see that there's a 4-digit code that the student needs to input. So 9242. And hit add. So what will happen is the signal will be sent back to the teacher iPad. The teacher has to hit add up here, and that student gets added to the class. And you can see that right now that student Chris is on the settings page, and is running AirPlay as well. So on the student iPad, if I navigate away from there, or from the settings page, that disappears. On the teacher iPad, I can click on screens, and it will show me what the student is doing, or what screen that student is on. And as the student swipes, that will change as well. All right. So the student, say for instance, the student is going to open up, say they open up Padlet. When they open up Padlet, so if I'm on the screens mode, I get to see their screen. However, if I'm not on screens mode, the little Padlet icon will be there. So that will still tell me what app the student is using. And also, if I will have multiple students here, all of the different apps that are open will be listed here, and it will indicate how many students are currently using that particular app. One of the neat things is that I can click on navigate, and say for instance I wanted to have the students look at Safari. Let's go studies. Let's go to Canada and Canadian Encyclopedia. So the student iPad will start to load the Canadian Encyclopedia on their iPad, and I could do it for one, or I could do it for all students. And I can also tap on this if I wanted my iPad to go there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hit done. So another thing I can do is I can tap on Open, and this will open up an app on the student iPad as well. And I could, again, do that for every single student in the class. So it just opens up that app. Now, I can't use the app, but at least it just opens up that app for them. I can also lock the screen and hit done, and then I can also unlock that. And I can also mute it. I can mute that iPad. So it's been muted, so if they're playing a video and it's getting loud or something like that, I can mute that or each iPad in the class. So anyways, as you can see, there's various things that you can do with the Classroom app, and it just gives you a little better sense of what each student is doing on their iPad.